has conversations with me. These mothers are here with their daughters here today. I'm like, you know what? My daughter want to be a designer. I don't know what to do. She's this, she's that. I'm like, wow, we have something coming up. You know, she has to be here. And this is why we are addressing this matter here today. So at this time, please, we have, you know, we have our leaders back in our corner. And that is all that matters to us right now. We have the people that matter, people that we need right here to us right here. We want to help you guys. What do you want to do? So please, a few questions for Ms. Leila. A few questions. This is not her question and answer time, but we're going to take one or two right now and let her answer whatever you have right now immediately in your mind. And then we can have her to sit back. We can move on and then bring her back later.
When? Because after, when are you expecting me back? I think it's safer to ask all the questions. I don't want to really disrupt the agenda, but I would love to answer all the questions because I unfortunately have another commitment. But I'm here for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Can we just get started? Yeah. I know you have something to. Yes, please go.
Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I just told you right now that you have a new daughter. Because I'm way back home with you. Thank you very much. I'm just going to say this, like she literally touched everything in a few minutes. So amazing. And I don't want to beat around the bush, but I just want to ask you, how do we get access to these resources that are available for us? I'm sure when I'll stand up there, I'll give part of my story, and you'll be able to understand why I just want us to know how we can have access to these resources, to be able to make use of them, both for our brands and for the people on the continent.
Okay, thank you. So we are working on a platform that is going to be launched in exactly on December 12th, okay, in Kigali. And IGD is part of that initiative. Afrexim Bank is part of that initiative and other stakeholders. And we're going to address the financial needs for anybody in the creative industry, and the fashion industry is part of the creative industry. And one of the goals is to create that fund so that we can provide African designers with the seed capital to start their businesses. And this is really designed for African entrepreneurs on the continent. Now, when it comes to someone from the diaspora, if you're registered here as a business, you have SBA, Small Business Administration. And SBA can be a good resource. And we do work a lot with SBA, and we also work with the ICSB. ICSB is a council for small businesses that is headquartered at GW, and they have been in existence for the past 60 years. And if you come to IGD, we'll be happy to guide you and see how you can navigate through the system if you are an American company. Now, if you are an African company, then this platform will be launched by the end of the year, but not coming into full effect, right? However, you have other sources that are available in microfinance. And one company that comes into my mind right away is called Cofina, COFINA. They are in several African countries. But again, this is if you want to start your business on the continent, then we can guide you and show you the right banks that are willing to help you, even if you don't have enough collateral. Okay, because that's the key there. Okay. I hope I answered the question.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hello, I actually have a question. So I actually work here at AU. When you said the platform, are you referring to CAX?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you mention the name, but we
I
had...
did not mention on purpose.
Oh, sorry.
It's not,
I know, I
it's still
understand.
confidential, so, but I'm referring to CACs.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
No, we just took a meeting with them, and it's interesting because we just met with Fidelis, and
Yeah.
he was explaining the backbone, so we were actually, the AU will actually be there also.
Mhm.
But the funny part is he didn't mention sort of this fashion component. It was
Mhm.
really more, you know, when he said the creative industry, the conversation was focused on entertainment and movies, and I never actually considered this aspect of it, and it's interesting to be hearing that now, and now it makes, it's a bit more, it makes more sense. It's a bit more full
Yeah.
circle now, so
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I'm gonna speak to you afterwards.
Yeah, so the thing is, after AU, he came to IGD. Okay. After your meeting, his meeting here, he came to IGD, and IGD has the responsibility of adding its own input on this concept. And one thing that we added is fashion industry. And as a matter of fact, during that event in Kigali, we're going to have a big fashion show to showcase African talents. Yeah.
Yes, Alea, what can Africans do to get to take control of their fashion industry? What are the alternatives for the Africans to do as far as being at the fashion industry concerned?
What can African designers do
Yeah,
to take responsibility of what?
of the industry that they're in.
So what can African designers themselves do to take responsibility of the industry they are in?
What can they do? First of all, they are the ambassadors of their, you know, in their own capacity, and make sure that the issue of, I would say, injurious third parties when it comes to trade, you know, and protecting your brand and so forth. Do not let anybody copy you if you don't have the copyright to what you have. I mean, too bad for you. And if you come up with a concept, it needs to be copyrighted in a way. And also, they are the best ambassadors. They are the voice, not only of the African culture, but they also have a lot of challenges. And the challenges sometimes, actually not even sometimes, most of the time when it comes to Africa, I don't know here, but in Africa, is that the lack of infrastructure for them to scale up. I'll give you an example again of a big fashion designer, Alpha D, that everybody knows. Kenzo, the designer, once said that he has never seen someone as talented as Alpha D. But yet, you don't see Alpha D at Selfridges, you don't see Alpha D at Macy's, you don't see Alpha D anywhere else but in a store. And so there is one thing that needs to be addressed is how do we protect our designers? Because they cannot do it by themselves. Sometimes the government or the private sectors or NGOs like ourselves have to step up and be their voice. And be their voice because on their own, there's not much that they can do except from promoting their own work. But you have so many barriers. Competition is one. And competition for someone who has more financial capacity than the designer somewhere in Abeokuta, or you know what I'm saying, but still with the same talent and with the same potential. So this is where we come in, and it's not just us, it should be also the African Development Bank, and they do have today a program for the creative industry, they do have a program for the youth, they do have a program for women, and all this has to be addressed. Why? Because this fashion industry, believe it or not, is going to account for at least at least, if well organized, 40% of intra-Africa regional trade. And it will be done through e-commerce, for example. And as long as we understand that the fashion industry is not just the clothing industry, but it's also the apparel industry. It is also makeup, and we have here Uche, who is in the makeup industry also. But how many people in this room would see Uche's product and would see a Rihanna product and opt for OMAC, even though both products were manufactured in the US? One supported by the biggest holding for luxury, LVMH, and the other one supported by her own savings, but yet with the same packaging, sometimes more beautiful, with really great colors. I've seen it and I'm so proud of that. But she will say, okay, this is the same quality, designed for the same type of skin color, but yet you would prefer to buy a product from a big brand, and instead of empowering her. So we do have a big responsibility. It's not just talking. How do we move from talking, from talks to action? And action is also how do we financially empower those who create. And you've seen myself with this outfit. It's from Senegal. And this morning when I came, I said, well, what should I wear? And then I said, wait a minute. You shouldn't even ask yourself what you should wear. Just go in your closet and take an African attire, outfit, wear it, and go. And it's not because I wanted to make a statement, but in a way, I'm encouraging the designer who made that outfit for me. He's in Dakar. He doesn't know I'm wearing it today, but with the power of social media, if he sees that on me, I mean, I would have made his day, and that's how also you encourage those who make everything they can to please us and to make sure they bring to the forefront our cultural heritage to the world. Thank you. Last question?
Chic, just, I'm just gonna look. No, I think by the time we start to make African pieces our, not necessarily every day, but at least, put it out and like, have this outfit. I probably walk up to you later on the street and I'm gonna say to you, what dress is this? I have not seen this in Macy's. I have not seen this in Target. I have not seen this anywhere. But it's unique. I would like to, I would like to have it made or something. But if you do not wear it, how would I know? How am I going to even know the designer? How would I, and maybe I wear it, another person sees it, another person sees it, another person sees it, and like that, we begin to have African designs on the streets all day long. My question is actually, so probably Shadan, you're going to have to answer this also. As in the media, you are in the media, and I have a couple of friends that can talk in the media. You're on TV every day. You've been on TV for how many days right now? Years and years and years and all that. Beautiful. And I'm always excited when I wake up in the morning and I see my friend Shadan on TV. I'm like, hey, yes. And I'm like, do you know her? Let me tell you what somebody asked me one day. Miss Leda, do you know what she said? Do you know her? I'm like, do I know her? She said, no, she's your friend. Oh my God, how come she's not wearing your designs? I watch her on TV. Doing the news on every morning and all that. I've never seen her. She
Oh, there we go. Well, first and foremost, how's everyone doing today? So for me, I actually just left my job. I was a lifestyle anchor, host, reporter, and producer at the Fox affiliate in Baltimore to start my own multimedia and public speaking content. Thank you, a company called Motivational War LLC. Through my course at Fox 45, I have definitely showcased a variety of African content. I was born in Dominica, but first and foremost, I always say that I'm an African, you know? And I feel like it begins with us understanding how powerful we are, the power, the spirit, the beauty that is in our DNA. And for me, it's very imperative for me to use my platform on something so much bigger than me. So when I started Be More Lifestyle, one of my duties, my social responsibility was to showcase a variety of multicultural content, Caribbean content, African, Asian, Middle Eastern, because the world we live in, especially in the United States, is diverse. But when it comes to media, there's a lack of representation when it comes to the content. So it first begins with the people who are broadcasting this content. You know, at my station, I was the only TV personality that was born in a different country, and we're living in, this is 2019, that's the reality of the situation. I remember the first time that I rocked, you know, African Prince on air, viewers were calling me saying, I've never seen that before. I've never seen somebody rock African Prince. Yeah, on the news, you know what I mean? But it begins with me. I, you know, showcase different designers. I'm so sorry, but you know what? We're going to do something on a bigger dimension anyways. So I showcase, you know, a variety of African designers, different issues, community, you name it, I've done it. But besides the media, guys, it becomes also the self-awareness. Every single person has an opportunity to be able to use whatever they are passionate about, because not everybody is going to be interested in African content. That's the reality of the world that we are living in. But whatever your passion is, what are you going to do to use that vibration that is given to you by God to do something on a higher dimension? What is it? Is it African content? Is it the ability to always want to give back? Is it an art that you have? Every single person has gifts, has abilities, and we all have these dreams and we have these desires, but a lot of times we allow self-doubts, we allow fear, rejection to stop us from thriving to our fullest potential when everything that we need to succeed is already with us. So it doesn't matter how small the step is. For me, it was, you know, showcasing multicultural content. It was, you know, bringing a representation to mainstream TV and showing people that you can be different, using my voice on a dimension way bigger than me. All of us have that responsibility to play if that is something that you are passionate about doing. So for someone like me who is in the media, I truly do use my voice on something that is way more powerful than me, because when somebody sees me on TV and they say, wow, she's rocking African Prince, she's showcasing the beauty of Black people, showcasing, you know, different diversity, different types of people, and highlighting even Baltimore in a positive light, because we already know how Baltimore is portrayed. This is different, but it's bigger than me. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals is, use it in a way that is bigger than you. And that's why events like today is so important, because we didn't have to be here, but we are. Do you know how much work and dedication it takes to create something like this? You know, we see the end product, but we don't understand the sacrifices. And this queen right here was able to keep pushing through the obstacles because she saw something bigger. That's what you do. Use your voice, use your gifts on something much bigger than you, because it doesn't matter how many people are in the room. If you're able to touch one person, you're able to impact a generation to come.